Hey everyone, so this is the case I've been using for about 10 months now. I can just toss it in a backpack and it holds up really well. In this video, I'm going to go over what you need, and then I'm going to do a little guide on how I set up the pieces for the Gcode, just to kind of show how I designed it to be cut. So first off, this case is designed around the HDPLEX 400 watt DC ATX power supply. It has two USB ports in the front. That's a flat cable I get from Amazon. I'll have everything linked down below. It uses a 16mm elevator style switch on the front for the power. There's also a 25mm, centimeter PCIe express extension. There are 4 5mm standoffs for the motherboard and 2 10mm standoffs for the graphics card. It also has 25 M3x5 screws. For the material, it's a 3/16 inch acrylic or PVC, whatever you prefer, or aluminum, I guess, if you want to. I get 2 foot by 2 foot is enough, but I get 2 by 3 just to have enough to mess up. The bit I use is an Amana Tool 1/8 inch zero flute spiral cut bit. So the case is held together with cubes, little 12mm mod cubes. I'll link the website down below. Alright, so here's how I set up the Gcode. Here we'll do the motherboard first. Or it's a motherboard tray, I'm sorry. So you'll notice there are holes, and we will just drill those. So it'll just go straight down, and I just want to barely touch the surface because we're just marking it because the drill bit's an 1/8 of an inch and we only want a 3/32 hole, or else you won't be able to screw the standoffs in. So I just have it go in and just touch the surface, so just 1mm a little bit. Then I just mark all those. Okay, and then I switch to the hole mode to cut out this hole. .2 depth, just to make sure I cut through the material. And then part for the outside. I like to check and make sure that it's got the part cutting last. I mean, I don't care what order it cuts the other stuff in, but if it cuts the part first, and then it messes everything up. So I just like to double check that every time. So here is the top piece, and it'll be the same principle for the front and the back and the bottom. These holes are a recess cut, so I want to go 2.5mm down on them. We're just recessing the screws in, so they're not so they're more flush and not bulging out. And then inside those circles is the actual hole where the screws go through. So those will be a cut all the way through. And then we do the same for the vents, and then the support. Now you can choose the order you want stuff to go in. I think I did that on the first piece, but this one I just went through and did it. It's quicker not to have to click every time on the order. And then again, part for the outside. And then again, just I like to check and make sure that the part is cut last, so it cuts all the holes first. Also, if you notice, on this art that I'm using, it's got the corners overdrawn on the art. There's also files in there that will have them just straight, so you can choose to have it overcut in your software. All right, now this is the front. There are two pieces to the front actually, so we can make the front look nice and flush and mount the USB ports to it easier. This will be the one that is the inside, so it's not the outside showing one. Again, we got some holes here that we're just drilling just to mark. So we'll just do 1 millimeter because we want to do the same 3/32 drill bit through these holes as well. Because this is what's going to hold our USB ports in. And we'll switch back to hole and we'll cut these all the way through, these USB ports. And that's the power button, hole, and another USB port. And again, with the ones with the double circle, the outside ring is just a recess, so we don't want to cut all the way through. We'll just cut about halfway through on that one. All right, now this will be the outside piece that goes on the front. It's kind of just for decoration, or just make it look a little nicer. And this one, we have the same idea as the recess screws, but this is the side that you want to show face down when you're cutting this one, because this is cutting the inside. It'll be stuck to the front of the other one. So we want the outside rings to be recessed down because that's where the front of the USB ports will seat to, basically. And then the very inside gets cut through so you can actually plug one through it. Okay, this is the clamp that holds the graphics card in, or whatever card you put on the other side. It's the same idea. It's got the two recess holes here. And this part will go on the outside of the case, so it'll basically push down on the lip that you would normally put the screw through to screw it in place. But this slides down and pushes in, and you'll put a M4 bolt through there, through the hole there. And then on the bottom piece here, the square is actually just going to be a recess cut again, but it's the right dimensions to stick an M4 nut in. So I just put a little super glue in, stick an M4 nut in there, and then it won't let it turn, and then you can really cinch down and screw in with this. This will go on the inside of the case, and then you'll screw into it basically to hold the graphics card in place. Okay, so I've had a few people that have asked me to make one that uses an SFX power supply. And I mean, that was like a year ago. I haven't done anything in like a year, so I feel kind of bad about that, but I have actually designed one, and here it is. So I'll be posting a similar video to this probably in, I'm gonna say a week, but you know, who knows, it might be a month. With this one, I haven't built a computer in it, so I don't know if all the tolerances are right, so I'm gonna take apart my other computer and put this stuff in this one and see how it fits, and I'll get back with you guys on it. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. Give me ideas if you guys want to see me design anything else. I'm always up for trying new stuff. All right, thank you guys.